there was a nuclear war. A few years from now. Nobody even knew who started it. It was the machines there. Defense network computers. New, powerful, hooked into everything. Trusted to run it all. They say it got smart. A new order of intelligence. Then it saw all people as a threat, not just the ones on the other side. It decided our fate in a microsecond. Extermination.
Most of us have seen the Terminator movies, but was he really a bad guy or just misunderstood? What happens when the technology knows better than you, or worse, there's no stopping what it thinks it was told to do? All right, the directive and the Terminator movies kind of speaks to what we were talking about earlier. It's like you either got to get ahead of it or fall victim to it.
Yeah, so you have two really significant issues that arise with AI. One is alignment. It's the alignment problem that we have our human intent, and the ability of the AI to act on that intent can be problematic, and it does that through optimization. And there's something called Goodhart's law that if the metric becomes the goal, then it ceases to be a goal. So for instance, if I say, I have a sandwich shop, I want to make customers happy by making better sandwiches, and we'll know that if we're selling a lot of sandwiches, that's great. But if I say the metric is we need to sell 1,000 sandwiches a day, you're going to get really sloppy sandwiches because you're optimizing towards something that is not actually aligned with your goal. And Terminator is one of my favorite examples, because let's think about this rationally. Let's play devil's advocate for the Terminator. If I were to create an AI and I say your primary directive is to eliminate human suffering, as an AI I'm going to do two things rationally. I'm going to look at what is the source of human suffering and who is the subject. Well, humans, by and large, cause the majority of human suffering. So rationally, if I eliminate all the humans, I've eliminated the source of human suffering.
It goes away.
And as a positive externality, I've also eliminated the subject of human suffering. If there are no more humans, there's nobody else to suffer.
So
that is a
something else that
very
people are afraid will be
rational
eliminated are their jobs.
Yes.
But again, you know, glass half full, glass half empty. With AI, there are also jobs to come.
Yeah. So with the rise of any new technology, you're going to have job displacement, and you're going to have a market shift. So when the railroads came around, there were a lot of blacksmiths that were very concerned. We're not going to be able to make horseshoes anymore. And some pioneering blacksmith figured out, well, if we hammer out a horseshoe and make it into a spike and sharpen the edge, we can make railroad spikes, and we can sell thousands more railroad spikes than what we sold horseshoes. So that's sort of evolution in an industrial marketplace. With AI, there are two bottlenecks right now to AI, and we can get into this a little bit later, I guess. But these are going to create a lot of jobs. One, AI requires a lot of power. So we're going to need a bigger network and architecture for delivering that power. So with the recent freeze, Centerpoint did a great job managing, keeping uptime in the power grid. But what a lot of people didn't realize or think about is not only did you have people staying at home, so they're using more power. Now their office is still going to be heated, so they're using double the power. But then everybody's at home searching, do I need to turn my water off to keep my pipes from bursting?
How do I protect my plants?
So we're increasing energy use for AI, and people are asking all these questions to AI. So now those AI networks are using a lot more power, so there's a bigger drain on that infrastructure for power. And our ability to respond to that is going to create a lot of new jobs. The second part is going to be the data. As I mentioned earlier, AI works by we take large amounts of high quality data and we train the AI. So where do we get that data? How do we aggregate it? How do we store it? All of those, to me, in addition to all the legal and regulatory jobs, I like to be optimistic. I like to look at every problem or every adversity as a source of opportunity. So we're going to lose some jobs, but we're going to create some really fun ones.
These are questions my students ask me all the time. I teach 17 and 18-year-olds, juniors and seniors. They're applying to colleges. They're really looking at their future and what is their work going to be. And so we're seeing a need for soft skills. AI does not have empathy. AI cannot do so many of the things that we're doing now.
Because this is one that's become an issue, and Dr. Wright, I co-taught a class with him a couple of years ago, and we were talking about students handing in essays. Like, what do you do with that? And there were students who were being accused of using AI and cheating who really didn't.
Yeah.
And there were other students who it was like, clearly, it's like you've not put two sentences together in class, and all of a sudden you are a scholar. Okay, so what do we do with that? The bad thing is that students use AI to do the work. The good news is AI is a prompt to do better work. So it's not. Sometimes it could be a prompt like my son has struggles with ADHD of writing an essay. So he uses a program where it says, like, if it said, "Tell me about your dog." In the past, in elementary school, he'd go, "I have one." That was the entire essay, right?
Yeah.
But AI can be used to say, "Oh, what kind of dog?"
Yes.
"Oh, I heard they're very active. Tell me about your dog's personality." So he would write more, write more, write more, write more. So in school right now, Dr. Rose and I think a lot of teachers are saying we're back to what I used to do in school, and that was your essay didn't go home overnight or a week later. It happened in class.
It's handwritten in class. I think it's really just an interesting kind of juxtaposition that we're in, where we know that it's not going away. You can't turn toast back into bread, and so AI is here to stay. So how can we use it beneficially in the classroom? So I like to help my kids upload your slide decks. If there's a concept you're not familiar with, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, and then you need to then explain it to someone else to demonstrate that you've learned it. Instead of writing our papers, being able to help us study more efficiently and be able to do more.